Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's another video for you guys. I'm gonna roll with it, huh?
It was even bad then. You ain't stressing off no lover in the past tense. You already had then. Work at 8 a.m. finish round 5. Hoes talk down, you don't see them outside. They don't really be the same offline. You know dog days, baby, you know hard times. Yeah, too many times for the last one. Saturday, call the girls, get them gassed up.
I'm pretty proud of myself. Well, this video is a video that I kind of went back and forth about whether or not I should record it, should I speak on it, because it's something that I feel is just not really necessary to speak on, because it's not a big deal, but it is kind of thing. So I don't know, we're gonna talk about it because y'all keep asking me about it. I've had a couple of people message me and leave comments on the videos asking about it, and that is, of course, you guys can see from the title, what happened between my ex-best friend. I really didn't want to speak on it on my channel, but I'm just gonna give what I'm giving. And again, to start off, this is no tea, no shade, there is no beef, there is no mad at you, there's nothing like that. It's just people grow apart. People grow. This is my perception, how I saw it, how I felt, and that was it. Without going too far back and in too many details that don't mean anything, I guess the straw that kind of just broke the camel's back for me was when my grandmother passed away. That's another thing I really wasn't talking about on my channel. I know I put up the little montage video, but it's something that is still very, very new, very, very fresh, and it hurts still. So it's not something I want to, you know, think about often, especially not on camera, for the whole world to kind of digest and make their opinion. But basically, I know friends don't see each other every day. That's never been an issue for me. We live very busy lives. We have very different schedules. But for two people to be friends and for things to work, you have to stay in communication with each other. You have to have an open communication. There's things going on in her life, there's things going on in my life, but we always kind of seem to come around when we pop up at the other's house, when we send a text, when we call, blase blase. Stuff would just, you know, that's just how it works. It's just friendship, it's just life. Let's just fast forward some without getting into detail. I personally just feel like I can't be the only person making an effort to make something work. Again, this is my perception. We had a conversation before where she had told me that she felt that she was the only person really giving in the friendship, and that I kind of pulled away from her when I got with my son's father. And I was just like, well, why wouldn't you say something then? You know, we had to talk about that, and I told her, like, you know, I never felt that way. I thought that you were pulling away from me. Again, communication. You should have had better communication. So we were just talking about that. Honestly, I felt like, I don't think she really felt any closure from us talking about it. I think she still walked away harboring feelings that were not conducive to a good friendship. I mean, we still hung out, we still did stuff, you know, but I just didn't feel, after that conversation, I just didn't feel that she kind of believed me, you know. So what can I do about that? But we were still hanging out, we were still friends, we were still, you know, all that jazz. Well, her cousin had got murdered. It's very tragic, very tragic. And I remember being over there, and I remember, you know, I was just like, hey, do you want me to stay the night? Do you want me to get the kids? Do you want me to come with you? She's like, she's good, she's going with her family. So I called her the next morning. I was checking her, sending her text messages. You know, I'm just checking to make sure you're okay. I don't really have the right words to say, but I want to let you know that I'm here, because that's the type of friend that I am. That's the type of person that I am. I want to make sure you're good. If there's anything, let me know, and if I can do it, I'm going to do it. It got to a point where she wasn't really responding. I was giving her space because I'm like, you're grieving. But it extended to like longer than, you know, normal. Not the grief part, but I mean just like no response. So I showed up at her house. That's the kind of friend I am. I'm gonna pop up because I need to know what's going on. We good? You good? What's going on? You live? So, you know, we had a talk and we had a conversation. I think that was really the last time we probably really saw each other, maybe another time after that. So then life just happened. My grandma ended up getting sick. My grandma went into the hospital June 25th because it was my dad's birthday. And basically it went from months to them telling us she had weeks, to them telling us she had days, to them telling us she had hours. It just kind of progressed. But she was in the hospital for 3 weeks, and basically my life was, I go to work, I get off, I get Eli, we go up to the hospital, we sit there until visiting hours are over. But when she got switched to hospice, it would be until like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. The only reason I left was because of Eli, and that was just not a structure he should have been, you know, having, because he's a child. I would go home, wake up, repeat it. Weekends I was there because I just didn't want to. For a while I was just kind of not dealing with it, because out of sight, out of mind, you know, mentally I just didn't feel I would be able to really handle a loss of that magnitude. And so I just kind of was like, if I'm not around it, it's not going to get worse, you know, and that's just not it. But when I had the realization that this is not changing, I didn't want to feel how I felt when I lost my grandfather, when he kept asking for me and I kept being too busy to go and see him, and then he died. So I was there, I was present. I don't really recall too often, I don't really recall at all one time where she asked how my grandma was doing, how I was doing. I remember one day, I think I just dropped by her house because she wasn't answering the phone or responding to text messages, and I remember crying. I was crying at her house over it, like, you know, this is happening. And you know, I understand we're going through our own things, and you can't, if you can't handle it or deal with it, you know, just I feel like a basic kind of friend, I love you, would suffice, and that just really wasn't the case. So basically, while I'm at the hospital going through all of this, she ended up having to go into the hospital and have emergency surgery. And I remember her texting me that, and I was at the hospital. I was like, oh my gosh, are you okay? My first response, I'm like, well, do you want me to get the kids? Do you need me to get the kids? Do you need me to go take them somewhere? Do you need them to come stay with me for the weekend? Like, what do you need me to do? Like, even in the midst of all my grief and everything I'm going through, I still was like, being there, you know. And she's like, no, it's fine. The guy, you know, her friend, oh, he's here, he has the kids, everything's fine. Every time I would ask her or offer any type of help, it was always, oh, he has it, he has it, he has it. And so I'm just like, okay, well, she's good. So then like the day she had it, I was like, oh, I'm just checking on you, are you okay? I sent a text message, and I had the text message to prove it. I don't know if I want to feel like screenshotting them, just put them in or not, but yeah. So it was just like, okay, oh no, I'm doing good, da, 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 da. It didn't feel like it was like life or death. It didn't feel as if she felt I wasn't being there. And then, so one night while I'm at the hospital, we had just got the news that my grandma had 24 to 72 hours to live. I'm just kind of like, how did this happen in days? Like whatever, can't think about it. And I get this message. She texts me, going to surgery in an hour. I said, where are the kids? She said, it's here with, I said, do you want me to get her? She said, no, I was going to take her to my grandmom's. I said, okay, are you still there? How are you doing? She said, made it. I said, I was just talking about you. That's weird. You text me. That's good. She said, yes, amen. I texted her the next day. I said, are you still in the hospital? She said, no, I got a flat tire. And that was June 8th. That was July 8th that last friendly kind of conversation happened. And then Wednesday, July 11th, I get this text message at like 9 o'clock, because I remember I was at the hospital. And she says, I'm alive if you were wondering. Surgery went well. Day 4 of recovery, feeling a lot better. I didn't see it immediately because, like, you know, my signal in the hospital is like kind of janky. So when I saw it, which was about an hour later, I'm like, are you being like, the way I was like, it sounds like she's being smart. Like, what the heck? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? I've been checking on you. Like, I just showed you guys. Like, what do you mean? And so I was like, are you being sarcastic? Because it sounds like it. I definitely was concerned. I figured you were home, or, well, yeah. But I said, yeah, my grandma's still alive as well. If you were wondering, me and Eli are doing fine, and she has 48 to 72 hours to live. So again, sorry, I have crap going on in life as well. And all she said was, sorry to hear that. That was the last time we talked or communicated. My grandmother ended up passing 3 days later, the 15th. My grandma ended up passing away. And I remember through this whole process, for some of you guys that follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that, you guys saw when I had enough energy to post, I would post, and you guys saw, like, it was tearing me up. And it was emotional posts when I could, and then I would post her funeral information. You just kind of get caught up in the doing all of that stuff for, you know. And what hurt was the fact that never once did she call me and check on me and see if I was okay. She never texted me to see if I was okay. She never even says sorry for your loss on Facebook. I mean, I had guys that I haven't talked to in years. I've had people I haven't talked to in years at least send their condolences, found a way to get in touch with me. And this person who's supposed to be my best friend couldn't even say sorry for your loss. That was just kind of it for me. That was where I was like, I can't take anymore. This is toxic. This is not a normal friendship. This is not okay. This is not okay. And that was just kind of, for me, it wasn't the first time things like that have happened where she wasn't there when I needed a friend, because like I don't care how much you got going on in your life, there's still a basic level where you can be there for somebody. And even if you can't, you could be like, man, I'm sorry, you know, I wish I could do more, you know, let that be that, at least be honest. But the fact that none of that, I think she liked the status, and that was it. There was no comment, there was no inbox, there was no text, there was no call, there was no come by the house. That was it. And I said, you know, I can't do this. I said, I'm too good of a person to, whatever is going on in her life that's causing her to be this way. And I can't even say this is something new, you know what I mean? It's just something that, where I feel that at 30 years old, I'm not doing that with people anymore. So I decided to dissolve the friendship. Basically, I removed her from social media, and all of that. And also even after that, I would have been open to talking about it, I guess. And I think the night of my grandmom's funeral, or it was like the day after, sometime in between all of the heavy feelings, there was no reach out, and I was just kind of there. I had talked to like one of my family members about it, and then one night, it was really late, me and Eli were coming home, leaving my grandma's house, because all the family just kept, you know, going over there. And randomly, she's coming down the street from the bar up the street. I could tell she was intoxicated. And she stops, and I was on the phone talking to someone, and I look over and I'm just like, I wasn't in the mood, because I think for some reason I was pissed off or something, because, you know, it was some drama, mom still money. Honey, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Oh, trust me. And I think Eli was just like, oh, because Eli was really excited to see her, and she was talking to him, and I was still trying to maintain the phone call, but it wasn't genuine. Like, you weren't coming here to see me. Clearly you're living your best life out here, and you never once stopped by and was like, hey, how you doing, what's up? No, drinking and partying and whatever the heck else you're doing was more important than being there for your friend. And that's when I said, I can't, I'm not doing this, I don't care anymore. And I just removed her from my life. I deleted her off all social media, deleted her number, and I said, I'm done. I didn't mention bad about her, I didn't talk about it. This is actually the first time I've talked about it on a social media platform, and that's just because people keep asking me, and I don't want to keep getting at. I don't want you guys to feel I'm ignoring you. It was just something I just didn't want to address at all, because I don't want it to ever be said that I was like talking about her. But this, like I said, this is my perception. There's no tea, no shade, there's no beef. It's just, I'm just no longer interested in being friends with someone like that. So I'm not saying that we won't ever speak again. You know, Harrisburg is small, but it will never be how it was, and that's just the God honest truth. And I think what hurts the most for me is that my son is affected by it, because he asks about her all the time, because, you know, that's all he knew. You know, he called her son his best friend, and that's what hurts. That's what hurts a whole heck of a lot. Because we'll be driving, he's like, oh, this is the way to her house, and, you know, I miss my best friend, and you know, that is hard as a mother, you know. And I think that's why I'm so cautious with relationships, and because I don't want that to happen. And yeah, so that's really a hard part with it. And yeah, but that's it. I've rambled long enough, you guys. That's it. There's no huge fight, nothing happened crazy like that. We just grew apart. And it's weird because it's like she'll see my brother out, like she seen my brother out at the bar one time and was trying to like be all like, I don't know if she was trying to talk to him or just, I don't know, it's weird. And then you just start following him on Instagram and liking his stuff. Like, that's weird. Like, I don't know if that's trying to dig at me. I mean, I don't think like that. I just don't give a crap. I keep living my life, child. I got too much else going on. But that's it in a nutshell what occurred. That kind of just was like, this is why I dissolved the friendship. So you won't be seeing her on my channel. You won't be seeing her children on my channel. You won't be seeing her mentioned after this. I hope I don't have to talk about it again. But that's it. So thanks for tuning in. I love you guys and see you in the next video. Bye.